All right, another Tier 3 rudiment is called the inverted flam taps. Now we know what flam taps are. Hopefully you worked on those in Tier 1 when you're going right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. So that rudiment, as we learned at the beginning, is a downstroke rudiment. Right, right, left, left, right, right, where I'm freezing the stick on every downstroke. But as I speed up, it becomes a rebound rudiment where I'm getting 3 strokes out of 1 motion. All right, so hopefully you learned the flam tap. Now, the stroke style that you learn in the flam tap has nothing whatsoever to do with the inverted flam tap. The inverted flam tap is completely the opposite. And actually, the inverted flam tap uses the whip stroke that we used when we learned the Flamacue and when we learned the pataflafla that we just learned. So that whip stroke is when I have a soft note into a loud note. So if you haven't learned that whip stroke, or what I like to call an inverted stroke, because a rebound is down, where I use 1 stroke to get 2, but here I have to go up, down really fast. That is the motion that you're going to learn when you're playing the inverted flam taps. Let's break it down. The inverted flam taps start with an accented flam. The accent will be a downstroke. So I'm going to stop the stick low. Now, what we've been doing when we play alternating flams is we lift on the grace note. In this case, we are not. We're going to lift on the second stroke, almost like a flam accent. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Remember that from the flam accent? Also the flam paradiddle? Down, up, down, up. However, on this one, we don't have all that great time between our upstroke and our next flam. So let's look at the first 3 strokes of the inverted flam tap. So what I'm doing is I'm playing a downstroke right hand, upstroke on my left hand, downstroke on my left hand. So I have another flam on my left hand. So right, left, left. Right, left, left. So the left, the first stroke is the grace note. The second stroke is a tap and then an accent. Grace note, upstroke, accent. So this is what I'm working on. Tap up, down. Tap up, down. Tap up, down. If I do that, but I add my flams in, flam up, flam. Flam up, flam. Flam up, flam. Flam up, flam. Up, flam becomes that whip stroke. Flam up, flam. 3, 4. Flam up, flam. So here's how I would recommend doing it. Do it with a rest in between, just so you can get used to playing that. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Listen to the sound of your flams. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Plata, pla. All right? Then, of course, opposite hand. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. So I have to be careful of where I place my grace note. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Then you can do them back to back. So I'm only on the right hand, but I do not leave any extra space. So as I take my right hand out, that's what I'm left with. do-goo-ba, 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 which is the same motion as the pad-fla-fla, all right? But we just do it over and over. Or off of the left hand. Work on that, and then you can put it together. So when I put it together, when I'm breaking this down, I take it in chunks, just like I did, putting a rest in between, play them all off the right hand. When I put it together, I only do a couple of them in a row so I can really focus on playing it slowly and playing it with the correct stroke styles. And while I'm playing it this slow, I'm whipping my stick for the accent, but I'm also listening to the sound of every flam. Practice that, but start off the left hand as well. And then you can put multiple ones together. First 4 in a row. And then pretty soon you can do a whole bunch of them in a row. Starting slow, remember that the tap or the inverted note in between your accented flams are down here. So try not to play your inverted flams with everything at the same level. Those are not inverted flam taps. You have to play 2 height rudiments. Okay? Again, the biggest thing to do is to take it slow. You've got to work out the stroke styles at a slow tempo with nice relaxed strokes. As you put things together and you get used to adding these stroke styles on top of each other, then it becomes natural and it flows. But if you can't do it slow, you certainly can't do it fast. Another rudiment that you can throw in here, it's absolutely a useless rudiment except for in some rare cases of 6/8 drum solos of the old style rudimental solos, called the Flam Paradiddle-diddle. So we know what a Paradiddle-diddle is. We add a flam to it, which is a cool rudiment, Flamadiddle-diddle. But as a rudiment, the Flam Paradiddle-diddle alternates. Kind of a useless rudiment. You'll never, ever, ever see that in contemporary marching percussion, but a fun rudiment to play. You maybe run across it in some old school Nard or Will Coxon solos, but that's a fun rudiment to add to your list if you're checking off and making sure you're doing all 40. So again, it's all about that whip stroke when you're alternating, going back and forth. Watch the breakdown video, the lesson of the Flam Paradiddle-diddle if you want to add that rudiment. All right, so we only have one more rudiment in this tier 3, and that is the flam drag, which I'll see you in the next video.